Hello.
What's up, buddy? What are you eating over
You
there?
know, I'm not. Honestly, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I am waiting to eat something.
Are you're what to eat something?
I'm waiting to eat something.
Okay.
So here's the deal. So Nick has a basketball game tonight, and I was running late getting home, so my parents had to drop him off. So they're dropping him off and then meeting me. I got to the shopping center next door. They're gonna meet me this way for dinner
Uh-huh.
before the game because now I'm early, but I would have been late to go get him and bring him to the game. Does that make sense?
Not really,
Does
but
it
I
make
wasn't
sense?
I was only
No,
half paying attention anyways.
as usual.
I
Yeah.
mean, what are you going to do? I'm busy making sure the things work right. I can't always just listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. So, what are you eating? What have you eaten today? Is the question.
Well, I fit in a couple slices of pizza
Yeah.
and and then
Yeah.
between our two conversations here, I fit in a leftover hamburger and some fries.
Leftovers. So my question is, why did you even have leftovers? I find this suspicious.
We get those Hello Fresh meals, like three or four of them a week, but they're for two. So if the deal is the roommate buys them, I make them because he does not cook. And so
Right.
I made two of these, and this one's been sitting in the fridge for like, I don't know, close to a week now, maybe 5 days, and he left town for 2 days, so I'm declaring it, like, surrendered booty here, and I'm just gonna claim it for myself. It's salvage at this point. So
Huh. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
so
All right. That's just it's suspect. It's still suspect.
well, whatever. I mean, it was his. It wasn't mine. So I'm now claiming it for mine, as one should when one knows that it's going to get thrown out. So, so yeah, that's all. And so I'm warning you ahead of time that I'm just fucking stuffed to the gills, and I'm already feeling sleepy. So you're gonna have to, for once, you're gonna have to carry the load here, and
Well,
try and
for
make this
once.
entertaining.
For once, he says, "Well, I'll tell you this. I called you earlier to
Yeah.
tell you I am so stuffed. Like, I mean, my stomach. I had pizza today. I only had two slices, but I drank a soda, which I never do.
Right.
I was so stuffed today at one point.
Yeah.
Like when I called you earlier, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
I like my stomach felt so stretched out that it was gonna rip, and
Tight
like
like a
I have
drum.
trouble breathing just
That's
talking.
I'm tight like a drum right now.
Yeah, but even just talking, I'm blown up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But I
yeah. I mean,
like I feel this tightness even when I haven't eaten for 7 hours. You know what I mean?
right, right,
It's like
right. Like it's forever tightness now.
I'm just like permanently overstuffed now. And now I don't know how this is going to remedy itself because I see no self control in
Right,
sight.
right, right. No, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I weighed myself. I'm 277 pounds. I am on the
Is
cusp
that
of 280.
is that an all time
All
high?
time high.
All time
All
high.
time high. All time
Let's
high.
hear it for
So
records here. We love breaking personal records. A good
all time high. So
shattering
this is it.
PRs
No,
is
it hit though. It
fantastic.
hit.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
hit. It hit today because now I'm like, this is. I can't. No, I can't. I can't do this. I
Well,
can't do this.
well,
Like I can no longer feel this way.
we've been saying that for like a year.
Yes, but when
We
you
said that
see
at 250. We said that at 260. We said that at 270. We said it when you got back down to like 265, and now when you're at 277, I could have like word for word told you. I could have set my clock to this. What are you talking about?
right, but you don't understand. Like
No,
the
I
acid
do
reflux
understand.
today. Like it's burning, and I don't even know why it's
Oh no,
burning. Like
I'm now the two pillow guy at night. I have to prop myself up even higher so that I don't wake up in the middle of the
right.
night with acid reflux. No, I am right there with you, buddy. And before this becomes one of Billy's favorite podcasts where it's two fat guys talking about how fat they are and what they ate,
Right.
It's like, okay, so you're going to do something about it, quote unquote. We'll revisit this, in the upcoming podcast and see how you haven't and how I haven't, and
Right.
we'll keep swearing to the Lord. That was the last meal. I'm swearing off food. What a disaster! Nothing fits. And
Right.
have you tried to fit into anything like, or are you just all elastic bands and 2 and 3 XLs at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you?
I don't know. I'm hurting right. I can't. I'm
You're not
walking
even
and
listening.
talking
I
with you
asked you
now.
a question.
No, I'm not listening because I'm literally trying to. I'm walking, talking, and I'm literally trying to conserve breath so I can tell stories on this podcast because I'm so blown up.
Well, why sit the fuck down? Sit on a bench or something.
I can't. I can't sit down. I can't even sit at this point because it's not physically. The laws of physics do not allow me to sit down.
What is your pants situation right now? What are you wearing?
Okay, I bought these jeans at 260, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
they are screaming.
those were size up. That was like when you bought those. Weren't those like a new size up?
Yeah,
Like you never wore a size that
yeah.
big before, and now
No, right.
you're busting. You're busting.
I'm lucky the belt fit right now, and I'm screaming.
Can you
I'm
hear?
screaming.
Can you hear like the threads on the button, like
No, this is
pulling
bad.
like rope?
Right,
You
this
know,
is
like
bad. Right, right. This is bad. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I like to say I could just start tomorrow, but as long as I know I have something that I've paid for, that's food that hasn't been eaten yet, I can't not eat it. I don't know what to do
I
about
know
that.
it's so bad.
And the
It's
fucked
so
up thing
bad.
is, if I go and throw it out right now, like I have half a box of pizza left, like just a half a Hungry Howie's is sitting in the fridge. And by the way, it was fucking good today. If I went and took that
So they
box,
redeem themselves. They redeem themselves.
well, the food was the taste was never the problem. It was the non-service that was the problem. So
Right, right,
if
right.
I were to take that box and throw it in the trash and say, I am done with you, if I leave that trash can in the fucking kitchen instead of bagging it up and throwing it into a dumpster somewhere, in an hour I'll think I've got a window here to go back and retrieve that out of the garbage before it's gotten too warm and started to like be inedible, to just fuck it, eat it. And I will think about that. And then either I will or I won't. I'm not saying I'm a garbage eater, but it's not that. But I'll be thinking about being a garbage eater for 2 hours because I threw away perfectly good food that's still perfectly good. It's just in the trash. So yeah,
Right.
we have that's a problem. That's like that. I don't know what kind of a problem that is. I don't know how to diagnose it. Fat fuck, but fat fuckitis, whatever you want, fat fuckery. But I've got it. You've got it. And I don't know. There's no miracle pill for this, and we have a problem now. Houston, we have a problem. There's
Yeah.
I'm sweating talking about. I'm sweating thinking about the food in the kitchen, and
Yeah. Well,
thinking
I'm
about
letting you
throwing it.
talk so I can. I'm letting you talk so I can recharge my breath. I figure if you talk and then I talk, we can trade. We can I think there's about a minute and a half window till we get back
This is
off.
like the line in fucking in Curve this week. What are we sharing, an oxygen tank at the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, this is brutal. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why are we
We
doing
totally did this to ourselves. We were both in, dude, before the pandemic, before I started working for Seth, I was like at like 180 pounds, and like not like a chubby 180, like a body guy 180, like a muscular 180, and now I'm literally probably, I'm gonna guess because there's no way I'm going on that scale to confirm. I'm probably 260 or 255, which is like
Right.
a world apart.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
so enough of this, because there's some people laughing at us and some people sharing our pain and the like. But then there's other people that are like, come on, I'm not here for this. Nobody cares about you sweating Crisco and
Right.
and having
Right.
butter breath and whatever else.
Right. No,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. I mean, nobody cares about us being fat.
No, not at all.
You're right.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
what do you got for me today, pal?
Oh man, it's funny. So I tried to take a picture this morning. I couldn't get it. I know we were talking about bank accounts last podcast, and this morning my dad wakes up. He's like groggy as all hell. He stumbles over to the coffee pot, pours himself a cup of coffee, and sits down. And out of nowhere, the checkbook comes out, and he's got two of them, and he's got like a spreadsheet. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Balancing the checkbook." I go, "How do you balance the checkbook every day? It just doesn't even make sense to me.
I
Like,
mean,
you
he's
do know there's online, like there's
digging
an online option now.
digging his
Like,
receipts out of his
yes,
pocket. I mean,
yes.
that's the weird
So
thing because, like you said, it's all online now, so you can look every day. Just look at it, go, yeah, I bought that, yeah, I bought that, yeah, I bought that, and then it's balanced. Boom. Like
yeah, yeah,
that's old timey shit. That's old timey shit. Balancing your checkbook.
yeah. I just it's not even. So here's the point of my story is I he gave me his card. I got something, and I threw the receipt away. And he's like, "Where's the receipt?" I was like, "I threw it away." Like, I don't know. You keep your receipts? And he's like, "What am I supposed to balance it?" I said, "You log on to the website, and it tells you how much you spent." Like,
Right.
why are you physically writing this down with a pencil, no less? A pencil, because just in case he has to erase it. I'm like, no, no,
Right.
no, no. This is ridiculous. Like,
Like,
you can log on and see.
he's retired though, right?
Right.
So
I think he's got nothing better to do.
This is how he fills his day.
It is. It's insane to watch him as a retired person. What he does is insane.
Can
It's
I?
insane. I,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, go ahead. What are you going to ask?
I
'Cause I'm
just
sure it's
want to
going to be a
know,
great
like,
question.
can I ask, when are you getting rid of your parents? They seem to
So
not be
that was
leaving.
my next thing is I must be notorious for like squatter rights at my house because they just I wake up and they're just there. They're not even like packing to leave. They're just there. Like they're not even there's no like we have to go home or
Have
no,
they
they're just there.
have they just decided that there's not enough time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they're just gonna
Just ride it out.
stay the stretch?
Well, it's funny because my mom said, I said at this point, yesterday morning, I go, at this point, you might as well just move in. She goes, oh, don't think it wasn't a thought. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, so I said, listen, I don't have a problem with it, but there's rent to pay. This isn't free living, my friend. I said, I said 500 a month. She goes, oh, we'd be fine with that. And I'm like, oh, I know their plan now. This is their plan. They're just gonna move in, and then I'm gonna be like, so you guys leaving? And my dad's gonna be like, you have to physically evict us. We've been here for 30 days. Like I'm gonna have to go through the courts and
I
evict
th-
them.
I think that might have been why your dad took a bump the other day. Either
Right? He did. He
to
fell
say
to
either I'm gonna
the right.
either you let me stay or I sue you, or two
Sue you?
or two, it could be like if he had if he could have sold an injury and been like, I can't travel with this leg. I can't ride. I can't go 3 hours in a car with this leg like this,
Right, right,
or my
right.
back or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So it's like he's like, yeah, it's insane. I don't know when they're leaving. I don't know. I mean, and then in my stupid, crazy mind, my first thought is, well, shit. If they stay and pay $500 a month, that lowers my mortgage down. And like, this is my thought. And wow, I could save this amount per year,
Yeah,
and then they
but
could be here to help me with the kids. Like in a situation just now, I was late getting home, and my dad was able to take Nick to, he had to be there early for his game tonight. So I'm like, I would have never been able to do
yeah,
that.
but does that 500 offset your dad going to take a shit every time the bill comes, or running out of
Yeah, I
running out of
know.
Walmart when he's loaded the cart up with shit he wants?
Right, right. Right, and and it's not even. It's so funny because you say that, but speaking of shits, I mean, my septic tank's gonna be full in the next 2 weeks. That guy, he goes to the bathroom like 15 times a day.
Well, you got to be
Like I was like,
regular.
I don't. I mean, that's a little overboard.
The,
And every time I say, "What do you?" I say, like, "How do you go to the bathroom?" He always says, "I got a bad, I got a bad." What does he say? I got a bad colon or something. I'm like, you're such a liar. Like you've never even been to a doctor to know that.
it's like he's diagnosed bad colon. Like
Right.
that's an actual diagnosis.
Right. And the funny thing is, we went out the other day to a couple places and some shopping centers, and he hit everywhere we went. He would hit the bathroom. I said, at this point, he's hit every bathroom, and definitely
Yeah, but
from probably North Carolina to here, he's hit every bathroom known to man.
he might
Because
have a prostate thing and be peeing, but he's not taking a shit in all these bathrooms, is he?
no, yeah, he's like a dunking machine, right? And then my mom gets so mad. She's like, "He has that shit every 2 minutes," and he's like, "I can't help it." And like they argue about it, and my mom's like, "He probably doesn't even clean the toilets when he sits." I was like, "Oh, this is so ridiculous." And then I thought about it. I'm like, some of these spots he's running in full steam. There's no way he has time to clean the toilet.
Bro, no
Like,
matter how bad I've got to shit, no matter how time sensitive and desperate it is, there's
right.
always time to do a quick clean down. I don't care.
That's what I would think.
I would rather start in my pants than fucking sit on a uncleaned toilet seat. So I don't know. Your dad's old school. Maybe toilets were all spick and span in the 50s and 60s, and he's with his we used to balance his checkbook on a clean toilet seat in the fucking in the Rite Aid somewhere, but or Eckerd's or something. But yeah, in today's day and age, you can't do that. So
Right. Well, you're right. I mean, he's just. So it's a funny part. Is just as we're saying this, I came into Target to walk around, so they met me over there, and my mom shoots me a text and said, "Dad's going to the bathroom in Target." I'm in the car.
that's so
Literally.
funny.
Right. So it's not even like I'm not even making this up. Like, this is literally, we are in action right now. I'm walking around Target. He's here using the bathroom, and he left my mom in the car. Yeah.
Did he crack?
Unbelievable.
Did he leave it running? Did he crack a window for her?
He does. He at least leaves it running for her.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. But
That's probably because he parks in a violation spot, and just in case she needs to move it.
oh, come on, he's got the handicap sticker. Come
Oh,
on,
that's right. That's right.
come on, he's got the gimmick. He's got the gimmick.
Oh my
God. He's
God.
got the gimmick.
Your dad is ridiculous.
He's totally gimmicked up, and it's funny because he's literally can't walk. Like, he walks like mankind. Like, he walks like Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And yeah, he limps on out of everywhere. I mean, he can't walk. Like, he literally cannot walk. So the handicap thing it's legit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually walking out of Target now, and I see they're sitting in their car. I think it's just my mom. Oh, yep, nope, they're both there. They're both there. So let's see here. We're gonna go live on the air with my mom and dad here. What? What'd you say, Ma? Ben wants to know what you ate today. She said, "You don't want to know, Ben. You don't want to know."
Enjoy.
So, Ben had a leftover cheeseburger and a pizza.
Yeah. Tell her to have as much garlic bread as she wants tonight.
He said, "Eat as much garlic bread as you want tonight."
Morning.
A bagel she had.
A little piece of
A
carrot
piece of
cake.
carrot cake.
Very small.
Very small piece.
We had Arby's for
Arby's for lunch. Holy shit!
I'm surprised she's not shitting at Target.
Right,
Well, we shared.
right.
Oh,
Well,
Arby's.
yeah, we Arby's. Who eats Arby's?
I only gained 7 pounds.
She only gained 7
I
pounds
finally
this
got
week.
on the scale. Last
So-
time I gained 12.
Ben refuses to get on the scale, so
Refuse.
yeah,
There's enough bad news going around. I don't need to contribute to it.
yeah. Ben doesn't want to get on the scale.
I didn't want to eat.
She didn't want to either.
Yeah.
But
Well, tell her the curse. I'll lift the curse in January.
he said he'll lift the curse in January.
When I go back
Yeah.
home, strict.
She said when she goes back home,
Yeah.
strict.
I'm
Sure.
not coming back
Yeah.
for like another year.
Yeah, she's not coming back for a year. Apparently, it's my fault she gains weight.
Yeah, but she's not leaving till like December 30th.
Right.
She won't be back home
Yeah.
for 4 weeks.
Right.
Squatter
Insane.
rules.
Oh, wow, what's here?
So I said they're squatting in my house and they're going to make me a victim. We've been here over 30 days. You got to send an eviction notice. And my dad said all he does is put furniture together and shop for me. So,
Right, shop for you, but who's paying for
yeah.
it?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know.
Right. We're trying to figure out dinner here right now, and got to be something with carbs, obviously.
Mexican.
Mexican,
Yeah, I know
right there on the corner, in the plaza. It's right there,
You can
right
get
over there.
the Holy Trinity: beans, rice, and tortillas. Carb it up.
Right. It's right over there. I'm gonna go to walk to my car.
You
Yeah,
should.
beans, rice, and tortillas.
You should walk to the restaurant, my friend.
I actually could. It's right there.
You should. You
But
fat fuck.
it's probably best for all involved.
Well, we gotta
Yeah,
finish.
but,
we gotta finish our podcast here, anyways. Tell
right,
them
so I can walk there.
tell them to get a table and wait for you.
Right, I'll just walk there.
You don't want to wait for your chips. You want them to be already waiting for you at the table.
I'm hoping the walk loosens up the stomach a little bit, you know.
Well, or at least shakes up a shit so you could go make some
Right,
room.
that's what I'm saying. Right, I'll order my beverage and then I'll go. You know,
Or you have to wait for your dad to finish in there, though.
well, just forgive me if I'm out of breath while walking.
Yeah.
Because I'm so blown up, and I've only walked over one row so far. So
Oh my god. I should have had Blake call and tell the Asian lady story on the fucking airplane.
I don't know if he's gonna tell the story
I mean, he could tell it. Why would he tell it?
because he's Blake. Come on.
I'll
But
get it.
I-
I'll do
I
it
would tell-
Thursday.
Yeah. Well, just back to these two over here. There's no signs of them leaving. I mean, this is just.
Didn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound like they're going anywhere. So, whatever. I mean, I will say he has put together quite a bit of furniture that has been. I bought a whole bunch of stuff and I left it just in the boxes, never touched for like 3 months. He put it all together. So.
Right, but that was the plan, wasn't it?
Right, of course.
Either
I mean,
him or one of your brothers, whoever came over first.
Right. So at least he's done some work around the house,
Right.
He's paying his dues. So.
Listen, you gotta treat him right. He may leave you his Pokemon cards when he dies.
Right. Sacred cards. So. Right. So. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I just it's nice having them here. But yeah, it's just I mean, I don't argue with my dad, but my mom, and I might as well go ahead and bury her because your arch nemesis. She has shit on my cooking almost every day that I've cooked this week. She shit on my cooking.
Yeah, I'm not
literally is this.
I'm not impressed with your cooking either.
Yeah, but she'll be like, she's like, you don't put enough salt, and the kids are like, no, it's fine. And then she asked my dad, and he's like, my dad's like, he does the whole like, yeah. And he looks at me, he's like, it's fine. Like, he doesn't want her to know. And I'm like, she's like, put some more salt. And I said, you wonder why you gain 7 pounds and your blood pressure's through the roof. Like, you're putting like salt blocks on there. Like, come on. Like,
Right, you could always
ridiculous.
everyone could salt it after the fact too.
Right. Like, I was eating.
That's why there's salt on the table.
Salt chunks last night. I'm like, you put chunks of salt in this. Like, she used the kosher salt. And it was like,
I love the coarse kosher salt. That's good
yeah,
stuff.
but too much. It's like I'm eating a pretzel, for Christ's sake.
Right.
These
Listen,
pretzels are making me thirsty.
these pretzels are making me thirsty. I got to tell you, speaking of your cooking, I haven't tried your cooking, but I see your pictures, and I like whatever you cooked the other day that you thought was a good idea to take a picture of and put on Facebook. It looked like someone chewed up like a brick of cheese and then spit it out. It looked disgusting.
Listen, we're not here for visual. We're here for taste.
Well, on Instagram, you're on for visual. When you posted that on our Instagram, I was like, this is disgusting looking. What was it, like ham and cream and cheese or something like that? Whatever it was fucking like, I looked at that picture and then like it started to like salivate in my mouth to the point where I felt like I was going to throw up. And I had to you're lucky I didn't delete it. I mean, I guess nobody's lucky I didn't delete it, but that was disgusting, man. I don't know what that was. I'm just like, if that guy served me that shit on a shingle, I wouldn't eat it. I don't care how good it tastes. I couldn't.
It was tasty.
It wouldn't pass the fucking the visual test.
Yeah, it was tasty.
It's got to look pretty good. I try and make my meals look exactly like they're pictured on the recipe card from Hello Fresh.
Right, yeah, whatever. I mean, I see HelloFresh writing you back. I see it. You think I don't see it?
Every day they're thanking me for posting these beautiful pictures, and then I'm like praying they don't swipe to the next picture with your fucking your dump on a plate that you fucking made. uh,
Oh, yeah. Oh.
what was the other thing you were going to talk about? Did you forget?
I don't remember. I did.
Oh my god, you're
I
terrible.
forgot.
That's all right.
Well, yeah, I don't remember what I was going to talk about. No idea. No idea.
Jesus
No
Christ.
clue.
Yeah, listen.
No clue.
If
It threw me off talking about my squatters over here.
if for
It threw
one
me
reason
off.
we both have to get off the carbohydrates, is to sharpen the mind up for these podcasts. This is like
No, let me tell you something though. It's not even a joke. Being serious, I am so slow moving in every aspect. So my mom's screaming at me, 20-minute wait.
well, that's fine. Your podcast anyways.
Yeah, well, I got Nick's game at 7:30, so
Yeah.
Well,
it's probably
yeah, no,
it's probably for the best if you miss some of it, or you guys might end up getting ejected early.
Well, the two of us. Yeah,
I heard you guys had, what did you have, a meeting with the athletic people or something?
Well, so let me tell you first about the game the other day. Saturday, we went to this game, and
Was this the one where you brought the whole family to give them a problem?
no, it was just me and my dad at this one. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, we ruffled the referee's feathers a little bit. I mean, he was getting a little ruffled, and at one point was just staring. My dad's like, "Is he just staring at us?" I was like, "He's definitely just staring at us." Like he was pissed, and I'm like, "Such a baby. Like, what are you worrying about what fans are telling you? You made bad calls. You made bad calls." But then yesterday we had a meeting, and at the meeting they start the meeting off with the athletic director. I mean, I felt like it was directed at me. Like I took it personal. They were like, she was like, starts it off, and she's like talking about how, we can't yell at the referees, and like the referees are, they're having trouble hiring referees, so we've got to be careful. and and she's like looking in my direction. I even looked over at Nick, and Nick started laughing, and I was like, this is directed at me. And she's like, you got to be careful what you say to them. But then she makes a stupid comment of, well, the referees, we can't, the referee's opinion on calls. And I'm like, opinion? Basketball is not an opinion sport. Like, the referee isn't there to make his opinion. He's there to make the right call. Like, you don't make an opinion, you make the right call.
Yeah, if there's a foul, it's either a foul or not a foul. It's not your opinion.
It's not his opinion. Right. And she said that. And I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, this is insane. And I was like furious in the meeting. Like, it was very obvious on my body language. I'm texting you guys. I'm like, yeah. So then she goes from that, the be gentle to the referees because they're soft little baby bitches, to she switches over to like the coaching, like let the coach. Don't coach your kids from the bleachers. And I'm like, well, if this guy would have done a full court press with 4 minutes left, like he should have, down by 10, we wouldn't have been in the situation we were in, and we wouldn't have lost our first game. So don't tell me. I'm not even kidding you. On Saturday, there was 10 of us screaming from the stands coaching. So it wasn't just me. But, I felt it was very directed at me, though. And I did go speak to the coach after. I do like him. He's a nice guy. He actually knows somebody that I work with, and they played University of Georgia football together. He played 4 years there. He was a running back, this guy. So, a very nice guy. And he's trying to teach these kids, obviously, but they don't listen. So it's half the blame is on the kids too. But I did feel attacked by the athletic director, straight to me. But when the time came for questions, I didn't ask them publicly. I waited till the end, and I went up to him, and I said, I got a couple questions. He's like, yeah, go ahead. I don't think he was ready for it. I was like, why don't we have a booster club? Why are we not raising money? Why did we raised $15,000 last year and it disappeared? The old coach must have stole it. I don't know. I said, why don't there buses? Why aren't there cheerleaders? Why is there no music played during warm-ups? I mean, I can go on and on. And he was like, no, we're trying to change all that and change the culture. So he's listening. It's the athletic director. He definitely does not like me. But, I am that parent. I'm sorry. Like, I am,
Is that the athletic director for the school or for like the county?
Yeah, the school.
Mm.
The school. Yeah, yeah. So, but typical PE teacher.
Yeah.
But, you could read between the lines on that one. So, she looks like Greg the Hammer Valentine. But, she's married to Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But, so, anyway, but yeah, so it's like, a little ridiculous, but, it's just it's frustrating, especially that they don't care, but he cares, the coach, and I respect that. And we play a team tonight that won the state championship 2 years ago and lost in the semifinals last year. So this is going to be an ugly. I think we lost to them by 40 last year. So this is not going to be pretty tonight, but we'll see what happens.
So
you
who's supposed to run the booster club though? Is that supposed to be
there is none.
School run,
or is
that like parents?
Parents, but
Huh.
there is none because they wouldn't allow it. So now they want to have one. And of course, my dad caught wind of it. And for those that don't know, my dad ran the booster club at the high school I went to for the 4 years I went there. And then 4 more years after that, before he ran it for 8 years when I wasn't even going there anymore. He ran it, and he ran it for my brothers when they were, younger than me. So my dad catches wind last night, and he's like dusting off some old book. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, it's my booster club. It's all the secrets. And I'm like, that was like 20 years ago. You're breaking it out. Like, he still has it. And he's like thinking, well, should I come out of retirement? And I was like, I don't know. Do they let grandparents run the booster club?
I love how a book with like booster club that he used when he was running the booster club from 20 years ago,
right,
survived a move from Boca to North Carolina. Right. Like that didn't get cut when you're packing shit and going, I don't need to move this. Like
not that it even got cut. He had it like ready available. Like it was like right there. And I was like, what the hell? Like he was waiting for the moment for me to be like, booster club. Like, and he was like, oh, look what I got. So he's like showing me all the tricks from back in the day. And he's like, either you could take over or, like he was going to hand the book down to me and I was going to be the new like Joe Giannetti, or he would come out of retirement, he said, to run the booster club as a grandpa. And I'm like, oh, and he's like got all these ideas and all these, and it's funny because 20 years later, the ideas are still relevant,
right?
Which is even more insane. And of course, in his book, what do you think he had in there? What do you think his thing was? One of his money grabbers.
Car wash?
We ran a wrestling show.
Oh, okay.
We ran 3 of them in the time I was in school, and we ran one after I was out of school, and they involved the football coach.
Wait a minute. Right, like they always do. They always have the coach involved. But wait, yeah. So were you training to wrestle at that point?
So this was my first match was after I had graduated. Like it was I already graduated.
Were you going to school for wrestling? Were you taking classes?
I was in high school in our senior year, but then when we graduated and the school was like, hey, we need money, and my dad's like, me and Eric had just graduated.
So he didn't do those wrestling shows while you were in school. Those were after.
No, this was the 4 years after.
Right.
He was still running the booster club.
All right, that makes sense.
So we ran the shows. I think we ran 2 or 3, and one of the shows, Fabulous Frank, who you guys know, Fabulous Frank was a manager. He appeared to be of the gay kind, and I don't know if that's how I should have said that, but he looked gay, and the fans would chant Frank is gay, but Frank was really not gay
because he would wear like these like
he would play it up
satiny shirts and yeah.
So and Frank had a tennis racket. Well, can
I just make an observation about Frank?
Yeah,
I've never met a stranger man, in the sense that like I have numerous times tried to have a conversation with him, and he's one of those guys that. Like, you're lucky if you get a one-word answer from him. And, like, I've never been able to hold a conversation with the man. Ever. I don't know if that's just me. I assume other people...
I can't either.
Huh?
I can't ever hold... I've known the guy for 20 years. I can't hold a conversation with him.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's very... as soon as I go up with all intentions of having a little conversation with him, and it immediately gets awkward from, like, the get-go.
Right.
It's just funny. Yeah. It's weird. Anyway, go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
So what happened was a student had like kind of reached over and maybe grabbed Frank, and Frank turned around and hit this like a minor with a tennis racket, and like a melee ensued, and my dad got involved and had like separated, and Frank got like reamed, and I even was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And at that time, old school wrestling guy, keep the kayfabe alive, make them think it's real. And I was like, you don't hit a minor with a tennis racket at a wrestling show, benefit show at a high school where we're making money and they're making money. Like, don't be fucking stupid.
Right.
But yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. It was those times are, it's just the time of wrestling, but we ran a couple shows where we made a lot of money. The last show we ran there, it was me and Johnny versus Craig Classic, who was a friend of ours, and Maximum Capacity. Maximum Capacity was, what do you weigh, 500-600 pounds?
Easy.
Right, 600 pounds.
Easy 600 plus.
Yeah. So the end of the match, he had said, well, the finish of the match, the ending was their manager was going to come in the ring with a chair, but then the football coach was going to run in and spear him. And then me and Johnny were going to kick Max in the stomach and kick him in the legs. And then when he went down to his knees, we were going to double super kick him. So the spot happens, and then boom, the guy comes in with the chair, and the coach spears the Larry Lane spears him. The place goes apeshit. The football players didn't know. We hit it from them.
Yeah.
So everybody goes absolutely crazy, nuts. And they went like absolutely apeshit. And then we did the kick, and me and Johnny went to kick Max 600-pound guys on his knees, and we both kick him. I felt his nose break on my boot, and I literally felt it. And me and Johnny both hit him, and when we hit him and we looked to go to pin him, his nose exploded. There was blood everywhere, everywhere. And I pinned him, and I went, "Oh shit!" And he goes, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." And I'm like, "Oh no!" So we get in the back, and he is livid. "You motherfucker!" Just screaming at us. "You motherfucker! You la 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 la!" Going at us. And yeah, we shot. I mean, literally, his nose exploded. Like, it was exploded. It was pretty gruesome.
That's awesome.
But those shows were awesome. But so anyway, my dad breaks it out, and he's like, "Can we do one here? Like, at the." And I'm like, "I don't know if we can pull that off. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible."
I'm dying for you to do a fundraiser wrestling show at Nick the Dick's school, where Nick the Dick's dad is going to do his comedy Breakfast Club, donut gimmick, whole deal. And not only embarrass the shit out of Nick the Dick, but just fucking be totally over with everyone at that school. Like, that when they're going to know it's Nick's dad, but then they're going to see you work, and you're going to be the most over person, and it's going to drive your kid fucking nuts.
Both of them. It'll drive both of them nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, this has to happen now. I'm going to ask you every day where the progress is on this fundraiser match fundraiser show, because this has to happen now.
Yeah. All right, we're going somewhere else. We're not waiting for Mexican.
I heard that.
She's screaming at me. We don't have time. Back to Arby's we go. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's the end of I got nothing left. They're yelling at me. I got screaming mom and dad at me. Let me figure out what we're doing for dinner here.
I can't wait.
My dad don't want to leave.
I can't wait till we've got some calm. Do your parents go home and we can have a calm fucking podcast?
Right. All right. Well, enjoy this.
Tell your mom her behavior just added a month to her curse.
I'm going to tell her. All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.